before there was Bitcoin, before the dot-com bubble. Before anyone said too big to fail, there was the Mississippi bubble, a scheme so bold it almost sank a nation, and at its heart, a brilliant, reckless Scotsman named John Law. This is the story of how one man, powered by vision and vanity, twisted trust, paper money, and hype into one of the biggest financial collapses in history. A tragedy, a prophecy, and maybe a blueprint for what came next. Born in Edinburgh in 1671, John Law grew up the son of a goldsmith banker. He was a math prodigy, but also a thrill-seeker, gambling, womanizing, and chasing risk. He killed a man in a duel, was jailed, escaped, and wandered Europe, living off cards and charm. But Law wasn't just a rogue. He had a vision. Money didn't need to be gold or silver. It could be paper-backed by trust, not metal. And if a central authority managed the supply carefully, it could jumpstart economies. Two monarchs who were bankrupt, this wasn't madness. It was salvation. And France needed saving. After Louis XIV died, France was buried in war debt. The Duke of Regent for the young Louis XV was desperate. Law pitched him a solution and won. In 1716, Law founded the Banque Générale, France's first private central bank. It issued paper notes backed by coin. Radical idea, and it worked. Trade picked up, liquidity flowed. France breathed again. Law was hailed as a genius. Then he made a bigger move. In 1717, Law took over the Mississippi Company, which had trading rights in French Louisiana. He merged it with other ventures and created the Company of the West. He offered stock to the public, payable in government debt. People rushed to trade worthless bonds for a shot at America. Shares soared from 500 to over 10,000 livres. The hype was unstoppable. Law became finance minister. The company took over tax collection, the slave trade, tobacco, even minting money. France ran on Law's system. Paper money replaced coin. It looked like prosperity. The city lost its mind. Stock mania gripped everyone. Servants became millionaires. Nobles turned stock tips into fortunes. The Rue Quincampoix became a riot of trading, bribes, and dreams. But the land backing all this, swamps and fever. And the profits, mostly theory. Law printed more notes to buy more stock. Prices rose because he kept feeding them. It was a loop. By early 1720, people wanted out. They demanded gold for paper. The bank couldn't deliver. Withdrawals were limited. Gold and silver were banned. Trust cracked. Prices soared. Bread became unaffordable. Law tried everything: value, revalue, ban trade, encourage it. Nothing worked. The bubble popped. Mississippi shares collapsed. The Bank Royale failed. Fortunes evaporated. And the mob wanted blood. John Law resigned. Disguised, he fled Paris. Shunned and broke, he wandered Europe. He died in Venice in 1729, gambling again, the way he'd begun. France was gutted. Paper money lost credibility. The dream was dead. Why does this story feel so familiar? A visionary founder, a new technology, purely hype, a disconnect from reality, and then a collapse. Sound familiar? You see Law's ghost in 2008, in crypto, in meme stocks. He believed in systems built on trust. But when belief replaces fundamentals, trust can turn toxic. John Law may have been a genius. He imagined fiat currency, central banks, and monetary policy before they existed. But he fell to the oldest trap: faith over fact. The Mississippi bubble is a warning. Financial systems run on trust until that trust breaks. And at the edge of every boom, every new era, Law is still there, waiting.